All right, guys. Let's see. Oop. Gotta turn my head around. I do this solely to promote the SDR
We're getting
hat.
down.
Oh,
We doing this now. SDR, Crockers Unleashed. We're here, folks.
We're here. Let's get it.
Let's get it on.
I don't know what button that is. All right, guys. Guys, I am pumped. This will be the first episode. I don't go 1, 2, 3, 4.
You just did it.
I know. So, as you guys saw in the last episode, but if maybe you missed it, my buddy Brandon Fetterman, the one and only, known you forever. I mean, forever. And
Long time.
a long time. And I feel like we jumped into a lot of stuff on the live chat. We talked about stuff on the last podcast. If you missed that, go check all that stuff out. I don't even know where you're at this point with subscribers, but you're killing it. You're doing good. You're building this channel.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, you're building this channel.
Thank you, everybody that's subscribed to the SV Thunder
Yeah,
Road.
yeah. I was gonna say if you haven't, please go check them out. SV Thunder Road. You're the first guest we've ever had. So much so that I loved it that I was like, episode 2, baby.
Here we go.
Let's do this. So, with that, with building a channel and stuff, let's kind of talk about our past music and stuff like that. And we were just like punk rock, pop punk kids at heart. We would like, I remember thinking we lived in a small town, South Texas, and my parents would only let me go to like Corpus to go to a show. And the first concert I ever went to was Newfound Glory. What was your first concert?
My first concert ever was Rob Zombie.
What?
Yes.
Where?
Were you thinking I was going to say some other band?
Yeah, I was thinking like, yeah, Rob Zombie.
Yeah, Rob Zombie in Corpus Christi at, I can't remember the name of the place.
The Concrete Amphitheater.
No, before Concrete.
Like even smaller or
it was
just
about
a
the same
different
size,
Oh.
but it was Concrete didn't even exist yet.
Oh, dang.
This was the last show at this venue. And
I wonder where it
I
was.
do not remember the name of the venue, but it was out in some field somewhere. And it was, I mean, it was a big area.
Yeah.
And I remember in the back, there was a little hill that you could like hang out over and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you wanted to not be
Go
like
make
in
out
the
with the
mix
chicks
of
and
the crowd.
stuff.
Yeah. That's where you
Yeah.
go, like get all your feeling up and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Rob Zombie. I
Yeah,
would not
Rob
have guessed
Zombie.
that. Dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Crazy.
And man, so my brother, the story behind that, my brother who's 5 years older than me, he had to be a senior in high school. I don't know if he was in college yet. I think he was a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And I'm 5 years younger than him, so I'm in
Junior high.
Junior high,
Yeah.
And so
Yellow
we're
jacket.
going. Yeah, that's right. The Ricardo Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
And so my parents are going out of town this weekend.
Ooh.
And so I'm home alone. Yeah, my brother had to be living in the dorms, I think, because I had to be home alone.
Yeah.
And so he told my parents there's going to be this concert. It's not going to be anything crazy. Y'all are going to be out of town.
Yeah.
But it's going to be fine. It's
Yeah.
just, like I'm going with all my friends and Scott and Randy Christensen.
Oh,
He
yeah,
went with the
yeah,
Christensen
yeah.
brothers. And so they were like, okay, like that's fine.
Yeah.
Not knowing it was Rob Zombie, formerly White Zombie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, this was right when he made the switch from White Zombie to Rob Zombie. So it was like the new thing.
Yeah.
He had just released the album Dragula. No, that's not the album, but the song. There was a song on the album Dragula.
Yeah.
Get in the back of my Dragula. Yeah.
Okay.
And so we get to the venue, and it is straight up like it's a huge concert. I've never been. The parking is all these cars in
Yeah.
this field, and there's this huge lit up stage like off in the distance.
Yeah.
And just walking up to the stage or just to the like venue to the
Yeah.
area. everybody's like walking up and you smell cigarettes and
Other stuff.
other stuff that I didn't know.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that skunk smell?
Yeah, there's a lot of skunks around here, hogs and stuff.
But there were dudes with like mohawks and had like tattoos on the side of their heads.
Yeah.
And I remember we were there and we were watching one of the opening bands. Somebody threw a bag of peanuts up at the lead singer. Like, I guess that people were booing that band.
Dang.
Yeah, like I remember the bag of peanuts hit the guy in the head, and like peanuts kind of like falling out.
He got
from
hit with the
impact of
nutsack.
Yeah, he just kind of, he was singing and like got hit and like peanuts kind of blew up.
Just that nutsack.
He did get hit with a nutsack. He did.
Just that nutsack to the forehead. What a story to tell. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I remember that. And so then that band was done. Oh, when that band was playing though, there was a mosh pit that started.
Oh, dang.
And I didn't really know anything about these mosh pits. Dude, these mosh pits back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
You're coming out with a bloody nose.
Yeah, they ain't the mosh pits now where they're just, and I don't get that shit.
Yeah.
That swinging mosh pit stuff,
Yeah.
it really gets under my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. It takes away. They've taken away the like human interaction that it got, like there's actually like there's magic that goes on in a mosh pit.
Yeah.
Whether there's growth, there's courage, there's it's to get into a mosh.
You don't just willy-nilly.
I remember the first time I got into a mosh pit, and it
Yeah.
was like you're standing on the edge of the circle, and you're just kind of, oh man, it's like you're getting ready for make a football tackle. Or
Yeah.
something. Yeah,
Yeah,
like you're gonna
it's
get
the
hit.
real deal.
Uh-huh. You're gonna get hit. There's big boys running around, and you go in there, and you're finding yourself.
Yeah. Especially when you're in junior high.
Yeah.
At a Rob Zombie concert.
And you're trying to you're figuring out how to navigate situations.
How to dodge them
How to
nutsack
dodge
throws.
them.
Yeah.
Don't want to get hit in the nuts.
No.
Or get hit in the head with nuts.
I can't believe he got hit.
Both bad. Yeah, my very first Rob Zombie concert, the opening act
Got hit with
hit
nutsack.
in the head with a nutsack.
Man, this story you could tell your grandkids one day. What's crazy? So we went to we were living in Dallas or whatever, and I was in the band or I just got out of the band that I was in, and MXPX came to town and they were gonna play the Ballroom Theater there in Dallas, and I think it was like Hawk Nelson or something, which is kind of like a Christian pop punk band, like nothing like crazy. They opened up. And then MXPX was like the main event or whatever. And we were standing in the middle, and I told Jared, I said, they're going to, when they come out, it's going to be like a mosh pit. It's going to open up. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, whatever. We're standing in the middle of everybody. And Jared's missing a leg. He doesn't have the best balance, nothing like that. And they come out, the curtains are closing. You're, them just kind of doing it. And then it crowd. And Jared just goes, whoo. And I just grab him and I just drag him out because there's no way he was going to make it. No way. He's like, I didn't. I'm like, yeah, I told you. This is a punk rock concert. I couldn't imagine being in a mosh pit at Rob Zombie.
Well, no, that is exactly what my brother had to do to me. Yeah. We had to get through.
Little 75-pound Brandon in junior high.
There's multiple mosh pits going on. And if you need to get out of there, you got to navigate through these mosh pits. And I remember my brother grabbing me and just being like, all right, we're going to have to, get through these mosh pits. Yeah. And because at one point it was just getting too crazy for me. I was too little. And so my parents, they
do they know this shit?
They may know about this.
They know now.
I think I spilt the beans and because I was just so excited to tell them about the experience. But he to get me out of like the heavy just chaos going on in front of the stage, he moved me over to next to the sound booth that's like in the back, you know, and just kind of was like, just
little safer zone.
Yeah, it's safer here. People aren't, you know, going nuts
And he left
crazy.
you.
He left me. He said,
Brian.
okay.
He said, I'm going back in the action.
He said, okay, you're good here, right? I'm going back. He left me there.
Left you.
Left me by the sound booth. Hey, Rob Zombie.
Oh, dang. Your mom's so mad right now.
But you know, it grows character.
Yeah, you're here now.
Yeah.
You're a stronger person
That's
because
right.
of that.
Yeah, I had to figure it out.
That's crazy. Yeah, my first concert, Newfound Glory, and I mean, this was like heyday pop punk, 2004, senior year of high school, and it was at Concrete Theater, and Joseph Gonzalez, he was like, yeah, Newfound Glory's coming. Do you want to go? I'm like, hell yeah. So I asked my parents, they're like, nope, you're not allowed to go. I'm like, I'm a good kid. I don't drink. Yeah, and that was a good one. I was like, I don't do anything. They're like, all right, you can go. Like, we trust you. Like, you know, whatever, you can go. So we went, and I didn't know at the time, but like Joseph was gonna grab. We were gonna swing by and grab this like girl that he knew or whatever. Which she was just like the hot chick from the next town over, and like all like, you know, we're in Little Rivera, and it's like, dude, there's this hot chick, and I'm like, we're in the back of this little Toyota that doesn't even have like a real back seat.
How hot is she? Is she real hot?
Oh, dude, like a 10 of a 10, man. Like, but like, I'm back there with my sideways hat, my lip ring, you know, and so like I'm there, and like she's in the front seat, he's driving, and like we were talking, and just kind of going there, and I'm like pumped to get there, and like. I don't remember who opened. I think it was like Reggie and the Full Effects. I don't know. Okay, yeah. So they opened, and then Newfound Glory came out, and like my mind was blown. I was like, I watched these people on MTV. Like, there's something. I mean, he's just up there. Just like, I got Newfound Glory. Like, I don't know if you know, like my chest.
Your whole chest is
my whole chest
glory.
is Newfound Glory. And it's like, it's something I call personality. And I like, I took that to heart as like a young kid, like personality. Like, you got to be yourself. You got to whatever. And I remember just being there, and it just like, it opened my eyes to a whole new world. And I was just like, whoa, like Newfound Glory. Like they did all that. And like at the end, like, I wanted to meet him. I didn't get to meet him, nothing like that. And then on our birthday, August 12th, Bowling for Soup was coming to Corpus to play. And I found out Bowling for Soup.
What year was this?
2004.
Okay.
And no, 2005. It was, we just got out of high school, and I was dating a girl in the next town, and there was like another girl that kind of like Jared, and we all went, and crack another one, boy.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, we talking about pop punk stuff here, man. Get that punk life. And we were gonna go, and I remember asking my mom. I was like, "Hey," because you know back then you had to ask your parents for a credit card to buy like a ticket online and all this stuff. And don't be scared to pop that in the mic, man.
I'm trying to be professional.
Yeah,
here.
no. Danielle thinks it's the coolest when you're just like, just a good. She loves it. But so I was like, "Hey, mom," like. Or dad or whoever, I was like, will you buy the tickets like for our birthday? But I want to take my girlfriend, and we take the girl, you know, like Jared, you know, this and that. And they were like, and I was like, we're driving, like, come on. So like they did it for us, and you know, we win and we get there, and I don't remember who opened for Bowling for Soup, but I remember Bowling for Soup came out, and at that time they had the big like rock hands that blew up behind them.
Oh yeah,
like,
I remember that.
Like, and I think they had like a sheep or something, like a big like thing that blew up, and they came out.
That like doesn't make any sense.
No, yeah, like they came out and played, and I was just like, whoa, like, and I found out these bands through you in Austin. Like that's how I knew about these bands, and I was like, whoa. And then so after the show. I saw the merch guy, which I'm not 100% sure. It may not merch the crew, like the roadie and stuff. It may be the same guy that I actually knew later, but I can't remember for sure if it's the same roadie.
Dave, or
he was the manager, Tony. He was like the road dude or whatever, and the roadie. And we walked up. They were on the side, and we're like, "Hey, can we get them to come out and autograph?" Like they threw drum heads out, and I jumped up and I hit it, and it bounced out of my hand, and it landed in Jared's hands, and we got the drum head to Bowling for Soup. I think we gave it to you.
Is it autographed?
Yes,
I have it,
dude.
It is up in my garage.
Yes,
I
you
have
still
it up
have
on
it.
display.
That was our 18th, 19th birthday or whatever it was.
Oh, wow.
And that hit my hands and fell in Jared's arms on our birthday.
Wow.
And you have
And I
that.
have it.
Crazy.
It's up in the garage.
That's
man.
crazy. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And so we see him, and I was like, "Hey, can we get autographs? Can we get some more autographs?" And they're like, "No, no, no." And I was like, "No, you don't get it. My brother's missing his leg. Will they sign his leg?" And they're like, "Well, that's cool.
Unique.
That's unique." And so they got Bowling for Soup to sign Jared's fake leg, which was a metal bar. And we'll get into this in a minute. There was a metal bar, and it had foam, and it had fake skin around it. And they autographed it. And after, later down the road, we'll get into the story here in a minute. You may know what I'm talking about. I'm not sure yet. But we cut the foam off and had the skin, and we had fake leg skin with Bowling for Soup tattooed on it. And we kept the skin. I don't know where it is now. Yeah. But later in life, there was maybe a drunken night, a beer or two or whatever. I wasn't drinking. It was right before I started drinking. We were at the Louisville house. And I remember you and Jared had some drinks in you, and you were getting a little self-conscious about your hair. You were losing your hair, and Jared was self-conscious about his leg, and y'all were drinking. And I said, "Enough." I said, "Brandon, we're going to the bathroom. You're going to shave your head. You're going to get rid of it. And Jared, you're going to cut the foam off your leg."
I remember
I was
that
like, "You're going to cut the foam off your leg, and you're going to rock the bar, and you're going to wear shorts. You have a fake leg. There's nothing you can do about it. Your hair's going out. There's nothing you can do about it.
Going out.
You're going to shave your head, and you're going to cut your leg off. You're the foam." And he cut the foam off his leg, and we kept the Bowling for Soup tattoos on his leg, and you shaved your head that night.
I did shave my head that
Yes,
night?
you shaved your head that night.
I don't remember shaving my head, but I remember that. I remember cutting
Jared's leg
off. Yeah.
Because I remember, I was
cutting his leg off.
I was sober and y'all weren't. And I was like, enough is enough. You are who you are.
That was a heavy drinking night, too.
Oh, yeah. I was like, y'all are who you are. There may have been some tears. I don't remember too much, probably. But, I was just like, you are who you are, and that's it. Just embrace it. Be who you are. And it wasn't long after that in that house is when I started learning how to do music, record music and stuff. And we kind of did a little bit of Crocker Productions. I was learning how to use cameras, and I was doing Crocker Twin Creations. And I don't remember exactly, but I want to say maybe y'all went out to go to the bar or something. I was like, I'm staying home, and I'm going to work for Bowling for Soup. I was like, I'm going to work for Bowling for Soup. And I remember Jeremy yeah, right. Yeah, right. There's no way, whatever. And I'm like, no.
What was it that just made you decide one day, I'm going to work for this band?
So we went to their 20-year anniversary or 10-year anniversary, went to the Aardvark or whatever it was. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then we got in a fight.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
And they had to stop the concert because we got in a fight.
Did you remember the blood?
Because they cut the chick cut her foot. And they tried to fight KD or KD's friend or whoever it was.
Derek's friend KD.
Yeah. Try to fight him, and all of a sudden Bowling for Soup, this band we looked up to, had to stop the show because people were trying to fight us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all this stuff.
Sure, it was everything cool.
Yeah. They ended up kicking those other people out, and we got to
Rightfully
stay.
so.
Absolutely. And so we got to stay and stuff. But I remember being I think we went to that show. We got pictures with the band after and stuff. I think it was a picture of me, you, Jared, and Matt, and then Chris from Bowling for Soup, and then the band that opened and stuff. And I just remember being I'm not in a band anymore, but I want to do something. I want to do something. And I was like, I'm going to, I don't know much about cameras. I got to figure a way. And I was like, well, Bowling for Soup, they live down the street. Where your house is not far from where the singer of Bowling for Soup lived at that time, down the street. Mm-hmm. And so
My wife and I still go to that Blue Goose.
Yeah, where we
still
went
go
with,
to that same Blue Goose
with
that
the
we went
singer
to with
Bowling for
Jared
Soup.
and Linus.
Yes. And I remember just being like, I can't do anything musically anymore, but I want to work with bands. Like, I never got to live that. Like, I mean, we went on tour and did stuff with the band I was in, but it was never like a massive thing. And I was like, I want to do something. So I got on YouTube, and at the time, like, lyric videos started kind of becoming a thing. And I was like, all right, how do I do this? And so I just taught myself off of YouTube how to animate the album cover. And I remember I only got like, I spent like 40 hours on it. And I don't remember if I told you or Jared or Austin or somebody.
Oh, I remember when you showed it to me, your first draft of the people on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember you showed me the first draft, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude!"
Like I animated this like cartoon,
awesome.
Basically.
Yeah, I mean, he basically took the album cover,
just a picture,
it was like a picture, but it was like a cartoon, like a cartoony picture, and they're like on the beach or something, like on an island or whatever.
Yeah,
and you literally like made them like bouncing around, and swimming in the water,
and I made the lyrics come in.
Yeah, it was legit.
Yeah.
I mean, straight up. I still remember seeing that going like, damn, dude, like you did this?
Yeah. And it took me
you worked a long time.
I spent 40 hours, like a full week's worth of like.
I remember you said, I've been working on this for a long time.
Yeah. So I spent all this time, and I got halfway through, and I remember Jared or someone being just like, they're never going to see this. Like, you don't even know these people. Like, they don't even know you exist. And I was just like, you know what? I spent 40 hours once I got halfway through. I'm going to send them what I have. I'm going to send it on Facebook. We'll see what happens.
So crazy. That the beginning of this whole thing like starts right here.
This is how it started. Yeah. Literally. I wouldn't be sitting here right now if like all that didn't happen.
You're probably not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's how I started my video career, which got me on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And, I was like, all right, so I spent all this time, and I'm like, I'm going to send it to him on Facebook. We'll see what happens. So I'm working at the dog place, and every day at a certain time, I got a break. And I went out to, I had a Jeep Cherokee at the time. I'm making like minimum wage, like cleaning up dog shit, take care of dogs.
That Jeep Cherokee.
Yeah, dude, I loved it, man.
It and putting the big tires on it.
Yeah, I loved it.
Spray painting the rims.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, like I just like I was all about it, and doing it on a budget, like all the stuff. And so I sent it to him, and everyone knows my brother's name's Jared. Well, the singer of Bowling for Soup is named Jarrett, which is kind of funny now to be like, Jarrett, whatever. But like, so literally one letter different. And I remember going outside to be on break, and I looked, and there was a message from Jarrett. And I thought at first it said Jared. I'm like, why is Jared sending me a message on Facebook? Like, that's weird. And then I looked again, and I said, Jarrett Reddick of Bowling for Soup sent me a message.
Shit.
And I'm on break at work at a job I hated. And I'm like, like, oh shit. So I click on it. I'm nervous. I'm thinking like he'd be like, oh, that's stupid. And he was like, dude, if you lived in Texas, I'd give you a kiss right now. I said, I live down the street from you. I'll take that kiss.
Yeah.
He was like, are you serious? He's like, you live in Texas? I was like, I live in Louisville. You're down the street from me.
15 minutes.
Yeah, literally 15. He's like, you're dead serious. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I will pay you to finish this. What are you doing today?
Oh, that's right. You only had it like
halfway
done.
Halfway. Yeah. And he's like, we'll pay you to finish this. And I was like, my first paid gig, and I've never done anything? Are you serious? I would do it for free. And he's like, what are you doing today? And I'm like, I'm working. He's like, what about later? And I'm like, nothing. He's like, we're going to Redneck Heaven, me and the guy that helps produce our stuff or whatever. And he's like, we'll be at Redneck Heaven if you want to hang out. What? I was like, what?
Holy smokes.
And I want to say I hit you up and Jared, and y'all went. Y'all showed up. I could be wrong. Maybe I went by myself, but I feel like y'all went.
I think you went to that by yourself, probably.
It was a Twin Peaks thing after, maybe?
No, me and Jared went for the Jarinus.
The music video. Okay.
We met up at Twin Peaks to like kind of like discuss it and everything.
Okay. So yeah, so I remember like like him being like, you want to hang out? I'm like, holy shit. Like I felt like I was going to walk in and everyone's going to be like, oh, there's the singer of Bowling for Soup. There's this, like he's like, this is their hometown. This is, whatever. And we get there, and of course, he's kind of getting a little bit of the rock star treatment. I felt like that was the shit, man. I was like, I figured this out. Like I'm sitting here now. They want to pay me.
I'm sitting here with the lead singer.
Yeah, from Bowling for Soup. They were my second concert. I got their drum head.
Only halfway finished a lyric video.
And he's telling me like he would give me a kiss, and I'm like, holy cow. And so like we do that, and we go there and he's like, do you do music videos and stuff? I'm like, yeah. Never did a music video or nothing. And I'm like, yeah, like I am
all the time.
Like I'm not gonna say no. And then so he's like, all right, well, like my side band that I do, we want to do a music video or whatever. And I'm like, I was like, I'll do it for free. Like I'll do it for free. I'll just show you. I'll show you what I got. And he's like, done. And I'm like, oh shit, I got my first gig. And so like I finished the lyric video and they paid me. I don't remember how much, probably a couple $100 or something. But I would have done it for free. I already did half of it for free. I just wanted the experience of meeting them. And then we did the music video, and I remember calling you or texting and be like, I need you, man. You got to help me film this music video, whatever. You had like a little handy cam or something. And I was like, get it, build a mount to hold it, whatever. And like, I got a camera. I borrowed a camera from someone I worked with. Like, I mean, whatever we can do to do it. And we did the music video. We went to his house, and
that was crazy.
That was a wild, like this rock star singer of this band that we idolized were in his house.
So maybe I need to step in here and give my side of the Bowling for Soup story.
Okay, all right.
Or my introduction to Bowling for Soup.
All right.
So we're in Bowling for Soup's house.
Yeah.
But what does that mean to me? So my brother was into like punk bands, like Newfound Glory. Like when they first started, were coming out.
Yeah.
And then Bowling for Soup had the Bitch song.
Yeah.
And they were kind of starting to like make some waves or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's when around Napster
was
out.
LimeWire, Napster.
Yeah. My brother just downloaded, he just downloaded the songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember he like played me the Bitch song, and I was like, dude, this band is cool.
Yeah.
Like I like this song. And he was like, oh, they're going to be in town.
You're a bitch, but I love you
anyway.
See? Now they they took our revenue. Now they had the money. Yeah. Okay, so your brother, you're downloading music.
So they were coming into town, and that was going to be my second concert ever.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Rob Zombie to Bowling for Soup.
Did we talk about Rob Zombie on this one?
I don't remember, man.
Okay.
I don't remember.
Well, Rob Zombie was my first concert ever. Bowling for Soup's my second concert ever, and it's at Executive Surf Club. I don't know what it's called now.
Yeah.
But it had like an outdoor stage in a small place, not like huge.
Yeah.
But I remember like going there, and I was already getting familiar with some of the songs, and then like seeing them play and everything. I was just fucking blown away. I mean, it was just like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Like, this is so cool. Like, there was just whatever it is about it.
Yeah.
I was just, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, Bowling for Soup. And then I bought a shirt, and it just had it was like a brown shirt with just like the Bowling for Soup BFS pin. The same pin I have tattooed on my leg.
I feel like I remember that shirt.
I had it pinned up on my apartment wall forever.
I was gonna say, I feel like I remember that.
Yeah, I got them all to sign it that night.
Yeah.
And I remember I like went up to him and like talked to him for like a little bit. And I was like so nervous, like, oh, where are y'all from? And they're like, oh, yeah. I remember Eric came over there, their bass player. He came over at one point. My brother was like, oh man, I was a little disappointed that y'all didn't play one of my favorite songs or whatever. And he was like, oh man, what song was that? He was like, oh, Valentino.
Do you remember at the reunion show we were like, Valentino,
and they played it. Yeah, he would, and that's why I'm always like at a Bowling for Soup show. Valentino, you got to play that song. It's because of this.
Yeah, dang.
And Eric was like, "Oh, what song is that?" And my brother's like, "Oh, Valentino." And he was like, "Man, we normally always play that one, and for whatever reason, we just took it out of the set tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know why. We always play it."
Yeah.
And I just remember that,
Yeah.
you know. And I was like, at one point, you know, "Hey, can I get your autograph?"
Yeah.
But then, so that was, I had to be 14, 15,
Oh, dang.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't even old enough to get into the venue.
Yeah.
Like my brother somehow got me in, like,
Dang.
somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had to be 18 to get in there. But ever since then, it was just punk pop. Or pop punk,
yeah.
Bowling for Soup, you know, everything.
Yeah.
And I followed their I was on their website all the time. Anytime they came into Corpus or San Antonio, me and Austin,
We're there.
dude, we went to the White Rabbit in San Antonio.
Oh yeah,
Did you
yeah.
ever go there?
Yeah,
Yeah, that
I
was a
watched
cool
from
place.
first to last play a show there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and I got on stage. I thought I was the coolest.
Oh shit!
I jumped. Me and my buddy Emmy jumped on stage and jumped off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome. I remember that stage. You could jump and like grab.
yeah.
Like,
It
there
was
a dude that
little.
you could grab
Yeah,
the railings.
yeah. It wasn't very
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, I saw him there at the White Rabbit. I remember I bought. They had the girl all the bad guys want, that song.
Yeah.
like had just come out, and they were selling a thong that on it had, you know, it said like "girl all the bad guys want" or whatever.
Yeah.
And there was a thong, and there was a girl that I worked with at Pizza Parlor that I like had like a
Oh,
huge
pizza parlor.
I had this huge crush on her. And so I thought it
I'm
would
trying
be,
to think of a name who it could be, and I feel like I know.
I don't
who
know
it
if
is.
you know her. I don't think you ever met her.
What was her first name?
Emily. Just like the song.
Yeah. What was the last? What's her name? Last name? Maybe we shouldn't talk about that. I feel like I know, but I could be wrong. It's all right. We'll skip that.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I probably know. I'm pretty sure I know.
Ex-girlfriend's sister.
Ex-girlfriend's sister.
I don't think, maybe you don't know her.
I don't know. I feel like I do, but yeah.
All the viewers are like, who is this person?
Yeah. No,
We wanna
Ashley's
know.
on Facebook searching.
Yeah.
What friend are you friends with? Yeah. I'm
was
sorry,
in the
man. You're gonna
past.
get in trouble.
This wasn't the best.
Yeah.
It was a little crush.
It was just a
Nothing
crush.
happened.
Yeah.
She wasn't into me.
If I know Brandon, he never closed anything. Like, you're good.
No, that's not true. That's not true. But yeah, so anyways, point
Yeah.
being, I was a huge Bowling for
So
Soup
much so that you
fan.
have a tattoo.
Yeah, tattoo,
Yeah.
and me and Austin started a band.
Y'all had the
and
same
I've-
guitars, bass,
Yeah,
and like everything.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to be Bowling for Soup.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
we wanted to be that band.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's Bowling for Soup's a big part why I just continued to be in bands
Yeah.
and like go into like a metal band and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like that was that just Bowling for Soup was like the first thing that like piqued my musical interest. And then fast forward now to
You're in his house.
I'm in his house.
looking at his Grammy nomination on the
Yeah,
wall.
I'm in his home studio.
Yeah.
Looking at his Grammy nomination plaque on the wall and just
Yeah.
looking at all the other cool shit that's
Yeah.
around. I mean, it's like,
It was
oh,
wild.
man. It was.
It was wild.
I mean, imagine just your number one. Who is your number one
Band out there.
or just
Or movie star or
Movie
anything.
star.
Just the person you idolize as a kid.
yeah, we'll say Tom Cruise. Okay,
Yeah.
you know, imagine
he was our Tom Cruise of music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, imagine going into Tom Cruise's house.
Yeah. And you're in his
seeing all of his
studio.
awards.
Yeah.
You know, from acting, you see like the Top Gun.
Yeah.
You know,
Posters.
award.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
And
Like,
it's like holy
Yeah.
shit, this is crazy.
and we're standing in his house.
Or right here in his house.
Yeah. What I thought was crazy, they were sponsored by Miller Lite, and they would just get like just a shipment of Miller Lite in his garage. Just
He did have a
Cases.
shitload of Miller Lite.
cases
Yeah.
of Miller Lite. But But we went to like all the local shows. We went to all
He
that
had a really
stuff.
nice garage at that house.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was really nice.
It was like a 4-car garage.
Yeah, it was
right?
big old sucker.
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
nice.
nice.
Yeah, and I just remember like all that, and it was just so surreal. And I'm like, I'm out of my element. Like I don't deserve to be here right now, but I deserve it. I put in my work. We're here right now. We're doing this, and then like I remember they were doing a show. I don't remember the venue. It was like a country type place in Denton. And I don't remember, like something rodeo. Yeah, Rockin' Rodeo. He wanted me to film a live show because the other person that was his true videographer at the time for Bowling for Soup flew into town but didn't bring his camera gear. I don't know who does that, but it worked out. And I remember him saying, "This is it. This is you. You're filming."
Jarrett?
Yeah. Being like, "You're now Bowling for Soup's film guy doing this." And I was like, what?
Holy smokes.
And I remember texting you and Jared, and then I even texted Austin. I was like, I gave Austin a GoPro, and he filmed himself pissing in the urinal.
I remember that.
He was drunk.
He was all messed up.
He was drunk. He went in the urinal. He's all
dude, we were all having a good time, though.
He was peeing, and like I didn't even drink at that time, but I was high on life at that point.
Yeah.
And I didn't start drinking until I was 30. And when that's later stories with Bowling for Soup. But you know, like all this stuff, and like we're doing. And I remember I called Austin. I was like, "Just show up. I'm gonna give you a camera. Act like you." And he dressed up.
He was still wearing his work clothes.
Yeah, no, he was dressed up like nice clothes, tucked in shirt. I'm like, untuck the shirt, man.
It's some pop punk show.
Yeah, and I remember filming, and my thing with them was the way I'm gonna like beat the system is I'm gonna go home and edit this tonight. I'm gonna stay up all night. I'm gonna edit, and when he wakes up, he's gonna have an edit, and that doesn't happen. It takes months to get edits in the music industry and stuff. And I was like, I want this. And so like I would go home after a late night show. I would edit the videos. The next morning he'd wake up with the Dropbox link, and it would have the video. He's like, "How did you do this?" I said, "I want this. I want this." So we went to the St. Patrick's Day parade in Dallas.
Oh,
and
man,
that's
that was an awesome day.
That's a whole podcast in itself, the St. Patrick's Day parade. That's wild. So then I like text Jarrett from Bowling for Soup, and I'm like, "Hey dude, we're all hanging out. We kind of have our little group we do, and we built the Crocker Twin Creation ice chest with speakers. We had a beer bong hanging off the side. We had a line.
That thing was awesome.
We had a line of people doing beer bongs off the freaking cooler." and I text Jarrett. I was like, "Hey, you ever been to the St. Patrick's Day parade?"
That was probably because we've been to that St. Patrick's Day parade
years,
5 years.
Yeah,
6
we had a
years.
routine.
Yeah, we would every year we would go to the same spot at Jerry Tong's place.
Yeah,
Jerry Tong, Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, and there would be thousands of people, as far as you can see down the road.
And that was the best year.
Oh yeah, dude. And I text him and I was like, "Hey, have you ever been?" He's like, "No, every year I'm on tour or whatever." And I'm like, "Come here. We will show you a party. Like we will show you." And he's like, "Fuck it." And he showed up, and we were like,
him and Casey.
Yeah. Rock star freaking, like we had the rock star with us. We had the speakers blasting. We had a beer bong. We had a cooler full of drinks.
We had home base, like walking distance.
We had it going on. Like we had it going on. And I remember he did that. And at that freaking thing, he turned to me and said, "Hey man, we're going on Warped Tour. Would you want to go with us?" What? Warped Tour?
And if nobody knows what Warped Tour is,
it's the ultimate pop punk skateboarding tour.
Yeah, like the ultimate.
Yeah.
Like the biggest punk band.
Thousands upon thousands of people show up to this thing. And I was like,
how many? Like 10 stages.
Oh,
in one day.
Probably more than that. And like you have every big band you can think of in that genre is there. And I was like, "You want me to go and live on a tour bus?"
The 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
Warped Tour.
"You want me to live on a tour bus for months with y'all?" Done. He's like, "Well, how much you want to get paid a day?" I'm like, "Free. I don't care. I don't need money. I'll do this just to do it." And he's like, He's like, just like on the cuff, like, what about I just give you $100 a day and we're going to be gone for, we'll be gone for a month. We'll take a month off or 2 weeks off and then we'll go back another month or whatever it is. We'll give you $100 a day plus you don't have to pay for anything. Like you live on the tour bus, you get drinks, food, everything is completely, if we get hotels, everything's paid for, $100 a day. And any day that we don't have an actual day that we're playing and it's an off day, we'll give you like $50 or whatever for food or whatever. Done. I told Jared, I was like, I'm about to be gone for a long time. You're going to stay here by yourself. I'm going. So we do that. And I'm on the tour bus living with our favorite band.
So crazy, man.
And I'm like,
you're texting me like pictures of like your bunk, like the bathroom, and I'm like, send me a picture of what it looks like in the front.
Everything. And this is how much I wanted this. I couldn't even.
I was so like excited and like happy for you.
It was crazy. I couldn't even,
because I was also getting like a piece of it, because you were sharing it with me.
Yeah. And like I couldn't afford a laptop. So I took my desktop computer and put it in my bunk.
Are you serious?
100%. And I had a whole screen.
Oh,
I brought my whole desktop, my keyboard.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you did that.
I showed up. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't have a laptop. They're like, where are you going to put that? Like in my bunk. The bunk is 6 feet long by like 2 feet wide. It's a coffin.
Yeah.
And there's 3 tall in the thing. And there's just a hallway of bunks. And I'm in the bunk. You just have a curtain. So in my bunk, a 6 foot long thing that's like 2.5 feet wide, 2 feet tall or whatever. I had a full computer, a suitcase with months worth of clothes to survive, all my camera gear, and I had to sleep in it. I said, I don't care. And I would sleep in a little ball because there was no room, but I'm living on a tour bus with
You're
my
like, I don't give a shit.
I would have slept
This is the best time right now.
Dude, I would have slept underneath the bus.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm like, let's go. And I'm getting paid $100 a day to live the rock star life. Are you kidding me? So I did that. And I remember like I had an all access pass. And I was very nervous at first. And they're like, yeah, do you mind just go getting us some drinks? Just go back there and get, I'm like, by Newfound Glory? By like, and I just like these random bands that I like grew up loving, all of them. Every band I ever listened to was there. And I think I did like 3.
Yeah, it was the 20th or 25th.
I believe so. I think it was the 20th, and I think the last one they did was maybe the 25th or something. Okay. Because I did like 3 or 4 years.
It was a special like anniversary.
Oh, it was
one.
big.
Yeah,
it was a big one. It was a big deal. And I would just follow the band around with the camera and film, and I felt like the coolest freaking dude. Everywhere I went, there was just lines of people to meet the band. I'm filming. People thought I was cool.
Yeah, you said Bowling for Soup at that Warped Tour was pulling way more people than any of the bands.
I would, before the show would start, this was a crazy, like, I was in a band at one point and we were nobody. We'd play in front of like 5 people and I was pumped. 5 people showed up. They had their backdrop, Bowling for Soup, and had their logo and everything up there. And I would be the camera guy. So I'm like, I need to go get in position on stage so when they walk out, I can film them coming out. As I'm walking across stage with the camera, yeah! Like the crowd's going wild because they think
for you,
for me, because they think I'm gonna film them. So I was like,
how awesome is that?
I was like, what? Like
this
I'm
is
like
for me.
I'm like freaking out. I'm like, what? So then I'm like, they're chanting. This is a good shot to have for the videos because I was gonna do like kind of like daily vlog type-ish of like being on tour.
Yeah,
and
you were doing daily
every
updates.
day.
Yeah.
So at the end of the night, we work all day. Like the band didn't, but I did. I'd film everything all day, behind the scenes, this and that. And then I would edit all night. I would upload all night. And then they would have a video ready to post on YouTube in the morning. And like, I mean, I like worked. Like I got like 2 hours of sleep every day for 3 months straight. And I didn't care. And
you were having the time of your life, man.
And I learned I would walk out in front of, I don't know, 5,000-10,000 people.
Yeah.
I don't know. As far as
Huge crowds.
as far as I could see, I couldn't. My panoramic camera on my phone couldn't
get it all.
Couldn't get them all. And I was like, holy cow. And so I learned every time I walked across the stage, people would cheer and be happy. So I would get the band pumped up and I would walk out and film them. And I'd be like, come on.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And they were going crazy. And the band was like, yeah, they'd come out. And
Hell
like, they'd
yeah.
just the biggest crowds. Like, they'd come out and they'd play all their big hits and like all the stuff. And I was just like, this is it, boy. This is it. And did that. And I did multiple.
Now you're like playing into the crowd.
Oh, dude,
and
I
you're,
learned
like,
it.
Really getting
it took me a
into
little bit to like really find my groove,
Yeah.
but then like, cause like Jarrett from Only Fruit was like, be you, man. Do you. If you want to bring chicks to the bus, if you want to like go do whatever, like, yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. But he was like, dude, you're just like, live it up, man. Like, we're living through you too. Like, you're young. Like, we're married. We're doing our things, you know, married and doing our things, whatever. And
We're married, doing our thing. Bring chicks on the
yeah,
bus.
yeah. So like, they're just like, do you, man? Like, whatever you want to do. You have an all access pass. Go watch whatever bands. Go meet who you want. Go film what you want. I filmed every band. I have footage on hard drives that I will never get rid of. And then Warped Tour.
I have footage too that.
Oh yeah.
I've done, yeah, like in trees at like the.
Oh yeah.
At the green room.
Yeah.
I have all that footage.
Behind the
I will
scenes
not
stuff.
delete that,
Dude, yeah, that's
I will not
awesome.
delete that.
That's awesome. And like, I remember Bowling for Soup was like, hey, Warped Tour, they're gonna do a cruise and they're gonna call it Warp Rewind. They're gonna
That's
get all
right. You went on that cruise with them.
They're like, we're gonna go on a cruise. It'll be like a week-long cruise. We're going to Mexico. Like we start in Louisiana and we'll go and they're like all these bands are on there and we're stuck on a ship. Everything's paid for. You get whatever you want. There's like a casino. There's everything. Boy, rock star life. And I met again I filmed Good
Yeah, Good
Charlotte.
Charlotte was on
all
there.
of them. Like who's the band? Like My Worst Enemy. Lit.
Lit.
I didn't even know in the moment. I was filming like Good Charlotte and this guy came up and like I didn't like
Lit. You got
yes, yeah. Yeah, like they like I didn't recognize the guy and he came up to me and he's like, "Oh man, look what kind of camera is that?" I had the full rig that was stabilization, like I had everything. And he comes up to me, he's asking me all these questions, this and that. I'm like, "Oh, cool, just like some whatever, like a roadie or something, I don't know." And I walk over to Jarrett afterwards, the singer Bowling for Soup, and he's like, "You don't know who that is, huh?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "That's the bass player of Lit." What? What? And he was asking me all these questions, saying if people can hire me outside of that. Like there was like
wow.
I wish I still had. I could probably find my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I have phone numbers to everybody.
Let's call 'em.
Dude, I need to find that phone. Like all the big bands that we listen to, all of that stuff. And then it got even crazier. Like, so all that stuff. Well, then the singer Bowling for Soup's like, "Hey, we're on the same label or whatever, the same management as Blue October." And Blue October's on the radio. They're doing all these big hits, selling out like big shows. And he's like, "Hey, they saw like the videos you do. They want lyric videos." And I was like, "All right, cool." You know, whatever. And he kind of like, the singer Bowling for Soup was kind of being like kind of my manager, like working it in, trying to like how much I charge, like all this type of shit. And so whatever. Well, then I started doing like all the lyric videos for Blue October and they would put a video out and it would get millions of views and it would say done by Crocker Productions and would just like millions of views on YouTube. And I'm like, what? And they were paying me like pretty good money. And like the singer of Blue October's calling me on the phone.
I completely forget that
About Blue October?
Yeah, that whole Blue October phase that you did.
I had
with them.
all their management calling me. I had the singer of Blue October being like, "Hey man, I have this vision. This is what I'm going for." And like I would give it my all and I'd send it to him. He's like, "Dude, you knocked it out of the park. Do our whole album." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, they sent me money up front to do the whole album." And I would send him all these lyric videos and he'd be like, "Yeah, man, I really like that. Like I've got nothing to say to change." And I'm like, this dude's on the radio selling out huge freaking like big event centers. Like they're the huge and like doing all this stuff. And I'm like seeing my name in the like, now it's cool because I'm on YouTube, but like I'm seeing my name in the description of millions of views. Yeah. Like what? Crazy. And then, I mean, I lived in.
And then go back, what, a year and a half, 2 years?
Like
where it started with just.
I'm in a room.
I have a lyric video that's
halfway done. I spent 40 hours.
Yeah.
Like I lived the rock star life because I took a risk. I like I know people are probably watching me like, Jason, you're so full of yourself.
Like,
but like,
oh my God,
yeah.
Here he goes again.
But like, I got to live the rock star life.
Nah,
like
for real.
this is real. Like, and this like I say all this stuff not to like toot my own horn, but like if you're out there, whatever, like even you like starting YouTube, like all that type of stuff. If you want something, fuck everybody that tells you can't do it. Go do it. Like get out there and go do it. The only thing stopping you from living your dream is you. Exactly. You know what I mean? Like, and like I want that to be proof that like, you know, and like it's different. Like I can tell the story with you because you can actually like back me up. This is all legit and real and how it happened. Yeah. But if I said this just by myself, people are like, whatever.
Yeah. He's tooting his horn.
But it's like, this is how it happened. This
is legit.
Like,
this is how it really happened.
I was a nobody from a small town. I moved to Dallas and I wanted something and I made it happen. And I hope that even if this, and I say this all the time, like Crockers and stuff, even if this video only inspires one person to go live their dream, it's worth it. It's worth every hater that talks shit to me to inspire one person to go live their dream. Because like I went from scrubbing airplanes by hand at 4:00 in the morning, and then I went and passed out flyers on doors, and then I picked up dog shit.
I remember you telling me about doing the airplane cleaning, and at first you were like, it's actually kind of cool.
Yeah. Could I just be at night?
You just be at the airport.
Yeah.
Like, airports are actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like at night.
I had all access. I had I could go down to the airplanes, like, and all the stuff. Like, it was crazy. And like, I'm scrubbing airplanes, and some days I would get done as they're boarding in the morning to leave on vacation. And I'm scrubbing, like literally at that point before working for Bowling for Soup, I'm listening to Bowling for Soup in my headphones as I'm scrubbing an airplane. Fast forward, I'm on tour with Bowling for Soup. I can't hear no more because I'm on stage blasting my ears out working for Bowling for Soup. Like
too much Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, like I've heard their songs more than I've ever wanted to listen to them, you know? And it's like, it's stuff like that that's like, I want to inspire people to go out there and live your dream. And who cares? Like, we live in a world that anything is possible. Like, I didn't know how to do animation stuff, but I got on YouTube and I learned. I didn't know how to really build stuff, but I got on YouTube and I learned how to do Crocker Twin Creations. Like, you know, just anything and everything. And it's like, you're the same way. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't really know how to do boat stuff. You got on YouTube and you learned how to do boat stuff. Like, you learned how, like, just, you know what I mean? Like, that's, if you want it bad enough, you'll learn it.
Yeah.
You can go get it. Go do what you want to do. Like,
and I'll say this, that energy that you bring, like that intensity, it's contagious and it feeds to other people like me, like to your friends. Like I'm just like, dude, you're like, you have this like passion for stuff that where you're just like, I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna make it happen. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah. Like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah. And I feel like I have a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I want to make this, like, I want to make something happen. I want to make something work.
Yeah.
But I don't have just the risk taking that you did. I don't know. You know, our situations are just different. You know, our lives are different.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't know where I was gonna go with that.
That I'm cool as shit. But I don't
know. You're just you're a solid. You know what, man? Like, you're like a solid fucking dude. A solid friend.
I appreciate that.
You know, like, people have said like bullshit on comments and things, like people that you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a
Never
shit?
even like laid eyes on me.
Yeah.
Talking crap.
Like, I've known you almost my whole life, you know, definitely my whole adult life.
Yeah.
And nah, man, you're a solid dude.
I appreciate it.
I'm very happy to call you my friend.
Hell yeah, man. Like, and then it's back at you, man. Like, we're the type that, like, we want something and we're going to go for it. And, like, with your band, I idolized y'all when y'all were, like, doing, like, Handicap Parkway and, like, 1 p.m. Handicap Parkway, like
1 p.m. Handicap TV.
Yeah, like I just remember being like, I need to start a band and I want to be like y'all, but I just wasn't good. I wasn't like, I didn't have that talent.
I always kind of wondered if me and Austin's starting our band kind of rubbed off on you.
100%.
I feel like I kind of like saw that.
No, 100%. To where like I don't even know if I'd be here right now. Like, this is the honest truth. Like, we'll wrap this up. It's almost been an hour.
Yeah.
I don't know how long this film's on here. But the honest truth is I truly don't think I'd be sitting here if it wasn't for you in Austin. And that's 100%. Because if I didn't see y'all, like, first off, I wouldn't even know who Bowling for Soup was if it wasn't for your older brother. Because your older brother told you, and through y'all, I started downloading off Napster and LimeWire, Bowling for Soup and stuff. Bowling for Soup and New Found Glory were the first bands I ever listened to because of y'all and y'all's band. And I would go into the old boat barn where y'all were at Austin's house and y'all would play. And Austin had the piano. Diego Zapata was y'all's drummer for a little bit.
Yeah.
All that, like... And I saw it and I was like, this is freaking awesome. And then I bought the guitar off Austin and started doing stuff. And I wanted to be y'all. I told Jared, I was like, let's start a band. Like, I want to do this. And like, I don't think Jared really cared too much about it at that point and stuff, but I did. And I wanted that so bad.
He was like the drummer for a while,
right?
Right?
Yeah. And I wanted it bad because I saw what y'all were doing and y'all would play local shows and then y'all recorded y'all's first demo and it was my dilly bopper girl. And I was just like, I remember going to tennis tournaments in Austin and even you played tennis where like y'all took CDs that you wrapped in saran wrap so it would look legit like it was a real
Dude, that
CD.
was all Austin.
Yeah.
Like
And I remember he had like a lunch box or something and it was full of like burned CDs wrapped in green saran wrap. And it was handwritten.
Oh, man.
Y'all's name on there. And I remember, and for the longest time, I wish I still had it. I had y'all's shirt that y'all ironed on. You printed off a computer and ironed on a shirt that said 1 p.m.
You still have it?
No, I wish I did.
I think I have it then.
It was a blue shirt.
Oh, no.
Okay,
this is a black shirt.
I had a blue shirt
Oh,
and it was ironed on and I had it forever. And I thought it was I was like, y'all have merch? You have CDs? We're in high school? We're at tennis tournaments and chicks are thinking Austin's cool? I need to be in a band. And because of...
No offense to Austin.
Yeah, no, he's a loser nerdy guy. He's
legit.
He's the best. But like because of that, I started playing music. I got into Bowling for Soup. I started a band. I moved to Dallas to be in a band, which put me next to Bowling for Soup.
How crazy is it that you moved to Dallas to be in a band
and y'all had done that
had no affiliation with us
at all?
We just happened to end up in the same place,
and we were not far from each other.
You could have been in Austin or San Marcos or San Antonio, wherever the hell you. Yeah,
and it put me
place.
because of all of that, not far from y'all. And then we started hanging out a lot more and then like all that stuff. And then I was like, I'm going to work for Bowling for Soup. And then it got me into video work and then recording music and all that stuff. And it got me to where I'm at now.
Yeah. Because
back in the day, you and Austin, y'all didn't, I think when y'all first started, you didn't have a drummer. I think y'all didn't.
We literally played shows in front of people without a drummer.
Yes.
Just a guitar and a bass guitar.
Yes.
And we would do drums with our mouths.
Yes.
We would sometimes start the song with we would do the drums with our mouths.
Okay, we'll wrap it up right now. This is the longest episode we've ever done.
No shit.
I hope the camera's still recording. It should be. But if you remember this show, I would be blown away. It was the first show I ever saw y'all, and I felt like I was badass because I was there with y'all. Robert Zavala and Ricardo had a little house party, and y'all played in his backyard.
Yeah.
Do you remember
I
that?
remember that. I remember that. That was fun.
Yeah.
There was some chick took her bra off. And
Yeah,
threw it on my,
yeah.
And I hung it on my microphone stand.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Yes, and I remember that. And that was that was y'all were the first show I ever went to, and that was the first thing I ever witnessed, and I was like, rock star status.
I felt like a rock star
dude.
at that show.
I thought y'all were rock stars, and I just remember being like, I want this. Like this is it. This is it. And because of literally little moments like that, like you have shaped me into who I am, you and Austin, more than y'all will ever freaking know. And because of that, it led me to the path where I'm at now. You know what I mean? That's why I think everything happens for a reason. Yeah. Like it's crazy. Like absolutely crazy. And now you're sitting here on the podcast, and I haven't seen you in like 7 years, and we're back, baby. Back. that like energy's back. Like the stories, like all the stuff. Like I'm pumped. Like this is the longest we hit an hour. I really hope this is. If not, this is black
breaking records over here, people.
Yeah. If not, it's black screen going. But like that's what's crazy, and I hope people look at this episode and they see past like the ego and the whatever they think, haters or whatever. I think most people get it. I hope this inspires somebody because even
you have ego, but it's not the piece of shit ego.
Yeah.
Like you have to have ego for that drive, for that I know I can do this.
The confidence, yeah.
But you're not egotistical.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm the shit, and I don't think any of this, and like all that stuff. And it's just like I truly hope this podcast helps somebody out there realize like I'm gonna go live my dream, or someone like I don't even know if like a lot of like because of you and Austin back in high school is I'm at where I'm at now because of that. Literally. Okay, I know I keep saying it. I hope this is still recording. I'm gonna end it on this, and this is what's crazy. Back in high school, we still had the big fat TV, tube TVs, no flat screens, nothing like that. If you had a flat screen, it was like 8 feet wide, 300 pounds. But we had our little entertainment center in the bedroom. We had an Xbox. We had the TV. We had the little like boom box set up to it, and we'd play the music loud. And on Tony Hawk, you could put your own music on it. And I would play Tony Hawk with y'all's Handicap Parkway CD playing nonstop. And I'd play Tony Hawk nonstop listening to y'all's music. And I thought that was it would put in with like Goldfinger, like all those bands, and it'd be like Handicap Parkway. Yeah. And I just thought it was the coolest freaking thing I've ever witnessed in my entire life, that y'all's music was playing while I'm playing Tony Hawk on Xbox, and I knew
and it's
y'all.
being filtered through.
And I knew y'all. Like, it was crazy. And because of all that, like, I saw y'all living the dream. I wanted to live the dream. And it led to what it is.
Yeah.
Crazy. What a podcast. Holy crap.
This was awesome.
Yeah,
man.
Dude, I'm pumped. I don't even care if this gets
fun.
2 views. I love this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm pumped just talking about it and old times and stuff. But holy crap, dude. Like, seriously.
What a ride. What a life.
I'm telling you, man. Like,
still going.
Dude, I appreciate more than you ever will know. Like, I appreciate you. I appreciate your family. Like, just everything. Austin, like, all of it. Like, the past. Like, I wouldn't be who I am today. Like, y'all helped mold who I am. And I appreciate that, man. Like, freaking crazy.
The same thing goes to you, man. Like, I hear coyotes outside. Hear them? Yeah.
We might need to go pop some. Yeah.
Yeah, just, I appreciate you. I appreciate your brothers.
Heck yeah.
Your family.
Yeah.
Your mom, your dad, just,
I
love them all.
We grew up close knit, man. Like and same thing with your family, man. And
even though there's
there's some beef right now, but whatever, that's life. But like, you can't change the history. The history's good. And if it wasn't for everything that happened, again, everything happens for a reason. If it wasn't for all that stuff, like, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. And dude, Man, I appreciate you coming up here. This is just the shit, man. I love it.
It's all about the love.
That's right. So, guys, if you made it this far and you have not subscribed to Brandon's channel, you literally, if you made it this far and can't figure out that he's just a cool dude and we have a lot in common, like all this stuff, like just a good, positive person, go check out his channel, SV Thunder Road. I'll try to leave, if I remember, I might forget. I'll probably forget. I'll try to like pin a comment, put it in the description, but if not, it's SV Thunder Road. You'll see his ugly mug on there.
That's
with
right.
the boat. But
Sailing Vessel.
yeah,
Thunder Road.
there you go. Go check him out, dude. Freaking honor to have you as our first guest, second episode on here with you.
So happy to be here,
dude. I'm
This was
pumped.
awesome.
Hell yeah, I'm freaking. This is what's crazy. All this stuff we talked about, bands and stuff. Oh, I thought this was your
thought it was Tony the
koozie.
Sun?
Yeah, dang. I'm promoting Cold Beer Ranch, and I was about to promote your old band. I was gonna
Cold
say,
beer.
Yeah.
Look at that shit.
all right, we'll leave it on that. Go check out Cold Beer too.
Yeah, go have yourself a little cold beer.
There you go. We had a few.
All right.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. I love you. Brandon, dude, you're the man.
Love you, brother.
Love you, man.
Take it easy.